Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back to I Allegedly. Got a good one for you today because free stuff plus no punishment equals crime pays. So please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and today we've sponsored Patriot Gold. But man, oh man, I want you guys to think about this. We have seen retail crime go through the roof. That's one thing. You guys, you'd have to be blind not to see what happened over the course of the last week in Los Angeles and how it was just absolute chaos. And one thing that we've seen over and over and over again is that none of these people get punished for this. They really don't. Yeah, you get a few here and there, but people do not pay the way that they should for these crimes. And it's terrible. The biggest problem is that retail crime has gone through the roof. There was a great story done by the Los Angeles Office of Crime Statistics. And I can't believe they put this out because they were talking about how crime has gone up 23% in these areas and just no turning around. But the problem with it is that this is around the country. People write me all the time and say, oh, prices should go down. This is ridiculous. Think about a few things, guys, right now. You've got prices that have absolutely doubled and tripled on some items. Let's just use shampoo that used to be $3.99, $4.99, is now $12 for that stuff. And you want it to go back down to $3.99? That's never going to happen. Will you see it at $9.99? Yes, you will. But the problem with it is that they have to lock this stuff up now. And you have to have more and more stores that have to do all these safety prevention features in their stores to make it so that stuff just doesn't get ripped off and walked out the door. Walmart's done it, Target, big stores, small stores. It's crazy. You've seen this, but the statistics are through the roof right now, guys, because people just aren't getting, they're not getting prosecuted for this stuff. Think about this. We saw all the COVID crime where you had all that free stuff that came out there. And the idea with this was it was designed to keep your boss in business so he could pay you and you could have your job during that time. But what happened? A lot of degenerates went out and used that to enrich themselves, which was terrible, absolutely terrible. Lied about the number of employees, lied about how many businesses they had, and got themselves millions of dollars. Now, I even know legitimate businesses, and I'll use an example of some place my daughter worked at, and at the time, and they got almost $400,000 and promised all the employees bonuses and overtime pay, and they got a Starbucks gift card basically. It was ridiculous. $50 is what they got. So it was ridiculous. Now you can sit there and say times were tough. They had to do this. It helped them stay in business. It was ridiculous, guys. Absolutely ridiculous. In March, I talked about how there were all these credit cards that were discovered by the government, 200,000 credit cards that people had used, and they never should have been issued to them. People that did not have the authorization to make these purchases were making purchases on your dime, on your dime. Think about this. That number has now risen to 610,000 credit cards that did not go through procurement, did not get anybody's authorization, with an average charge of $441 per charge on God knows what. We talked about this before, how it was concert tickets, it was people's summer camp, which I'm walking by a camp right now, all this stuff that people did on your dime. And there's some people like, this is terrible that they're trying to figure this out. This is none of our business, and they shouldn't have said anything about this. Pass, guys. It's unbelievable. But again, will these people get prosecuted for this? No. They just lost their credit cards. You and I'm telling you, steal somebody's credit card and use it. It's a felony, guys. Okay? It's terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. But none of these people are going to get prosecuted. Read the stories below because it's unbelievable. And there's just, okay, oh well. Well, Dan, I don't believe those numbers. Okay. Okay, well, they're making all this stuff up, and it's unbelievable. But, the retail theft that we've seen over the last decade from 2013 to the end of 2023, it's skyrocketed. 2024 was the worst year. So these reports that they have about retail theft, looking back at the decade of change. Do you understand how this is? It's a decade of change. It's a decade of lawlessness, is what this is. A decade of lawlessness. And we're supposed to sit around and talk about this, a decade of change? Are you kidding me? But you guys saw everything I saw in the news. Okay? And it was just chaos. And this chaos was, they're not going to be prosecuted. I mean, I don't have any faith that they will be, but read the report, nice, what is it, 28 pages? 20 pages, pardon me. And it's great because it just goes through everything that's got to be done to fix this. And, when you hear these figures as far as the credit cards, think about this. You got $39.7 billion worth of charges that were made illegally on those 610,000 credit cards. $40 billion, guys, of our money. Okay? 90 million transactions with an average transaction, $441. Despite federal requirements, in spending data for procurement, these people are supposed to get this stuff authorized, pre-authorized. You know how many were pre-authorized? None of them. Okay. This is why, a lot of people that were prosecuted for COVID crimes, this is not enough. And I'm sure they throw us bones every now and then and tell us how bad it is, but that's nothing, guys. So let me know what you think. And you know what I mean? Do you feel this? Because it's just criminal right now. I have had, you guys, I'm telling you, dozens, 5 dozen, maybe 6 people that have written me and said, "Oh my God, my boss did this, my boss did that with that money," and just nothing. Boo. Oh my gosh, never gonna get caught, never gonna get in trouble. You know what I mean? How awful is that? 0 consequences. So let me know what you think so far. Let's talk about our sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. War, war, war. What is it good for? Nothing, but it will make the price of certain commodities go through the roof. Oil and metals. The best place to call right now, guys, is #1 rated Patriot Gold Group. Call them today. 888-330-1431. We are living through such tumultuous times globally right now. But experts have said that we're easily going to see gold skyrocket to as high as $5,000 an ounce soon. Silver could hit $40 an ounce early summer, and by the end of summer, we could see it at $50 an ounce. You don't want to miss out on this. Call #1 rated Patriot Gold Group today, 888-330-1431. Contact the experts. #1 rated for 9 years in a row. They have fantastic customer service, IRAs, 401ks, no fee for life on qualifying rollovers with qualifying IRAs. Contact them today. 888-330-1431. Do it today. Now, I want you to think about this. Sales for everything are going to change. Not discounted prices. I'm talking about selling things. The way business works over the course of the next few years are going to dramatically change. You can blame tariffs, you can blame whatever you want, but people don't have the money, first of all, to buy new cars. New cars are sitting on the lot at a record pace. You guys, if you have cash, you can go out and you can get tremendous discounts on vehicles right now. It's insane. Get a tremendous discount on a boat too, for that matter. So I'm walking through the boatyard. Okay. This is Newport Dunes, by the way, on the back bay side. It's nice. But again, things are going to change. Morelli Automotive. Who are they? Never heard of them. Never heard of them until I read this story. They talked about how they are a supplier to Nissan, Maserati, Stellantis, all these other European car companies, and they're going bankrupt right now. And the CEO stepped forward and said, enough is enough. People need to understand how companies like ours that supply auto parts are going to make nothing but problems for the average person in the future, because you're not going to be able to repair your car in a timely manner. Think about that. Okay, you're not going to be able to get the parts that you need to fix that car. You know, we've talked about EV cars and how EV cars are just a joke, because I'm telling you, I owned a car, a Plymouth, that the uh, manufacturer stopped making the car. Getting parts for that was hell on earth. And it was an American made car, okay? It's a disaster, absolute nightmare. This is put right in front of us. Hey, you don't understand. Companies like ours, there's going to be dozens and dozens of companies that supply tens of billions of dollars worth of automotive parts to everybody that you may or may not know about. And, you know, you just care about the auto company. That's all you care about. My friend Amanda, or excuse me, my friend Amber sent me a great picture of a Whole Foods store that was hit by the cyberattack, and they didn't have merchandise inside the store. I thought it was absolutely awful. So there you go, you know, just empty shelves. But again, getting fleeced, getting hit up by these companies, this is what you're going to see more and more of right now. So California wants to get rid of sell-by dates on food. Think about this. Well, it makes our landfills full if you have sell-by dates. Guys, I'm telling you this right now. Nothing is worse than going to one of my single buddies' house and, hey, you want cream in your coffee? Sure. And it's 3 months old. Pass, guys. Imagine removing that and pouring that stuff in to where you've got cottage cheese you're dumping in your coffee. No, no. So what they want to do is they want to change the date. You know that there's over 50 versions of sell-by dates? Best if used by, best by, you know, all these shenanigans. Well, California wants to eliminate that completely because it will eliminate waste. Nope. My friend, you know, hey, just bought a new cheese ball. You want some crackers? Yeah, the crackers didn't have a sell-by date on it and were so old that they weren't even cardboard. They were just dust when I bit into them. It was disgusting. Well, let's put a date on this, Chris, so we know what these are. So don't have to worry about eating crap like this. No, this will help our landfills. You know how ridiculous that is? I'm telling you guys, you know, one thing, again, I talked about this before. My late girlfriend was really into organic food. One thing that she did that was nuts was organic milk, because my kids would come over, but you see them every other week, okay? So with that happening, when the kids came over, she bought organic milk, and it will last 2 or 3 months. Do yourself a little favor and walk into the store and look at regular milk over the organic milk, and look at how the dates for organic milk is sometimes 2 months out, where the dates for your regular milk are 7 to 10 days out. Why? Why is that? Well, this is pasteurized, blah, blah, blah. These are fat, you know, it's ridiculous. So the organic stuff lasts much longer, but check it out. And it tastes just as good. 2 weeks from now, it tastes fantastic. Check that out, guys. Do that to yourself. But you don't want to have sell-by dates on this stuff. And again, I hate California when it leads on certain things, because other people will do this, because you don't think food companies are going to want to keep things around. Yeah, well, you want to know when your cheese is going to go bad, when the mac and cheese that you've got in the box is going to go bad. So, you know, next thing is direct car sales. You know, they want to get rid of the direct car sales. And again, people that hate Elon Musk, this would be a great way to do it. You have to have a car dealership. You have to have a middleman. You can't sell direct. Again, think of this industry that you have to go out and you have to go deal with the dealer. Now, you know how it is. You go get service at the dealer. It's not cheaper. It's more expensive. And they also are great, fantastic, the best, unbelievable at recommending what to do to your car, that your oil change for $40, you know, costs you $688 by the time you walk out the door. No, I don't want that. Done. I don't want to deal with that right now. So here's the thing. You've got North Carolina, Wisconsin, Texas, and Kansas all say no direct sales. Now, what they do is they do shenanigans that in the stories below. And the shenanigans are, hey, listen, you walk into the dealership, you may see the car sitting there. This car's not for sale. But if you look online, Dan, you can buy it online and click on a box, and we can have the car here. You know what I mean? So again, nothing like delaying people, nothing like making things more expensive. We live in a consumer-driven society that all I tell you guys to do right now is to do an ounce of research because you will save money. There are things that I've bought lately that are, I mean, unbelievable, the deals I've gotten on stuff right now. And, price of metals, that's the price, guys. You're not going to sit there. You may be able to get a discount on spot and things like that, but you're going to pay those prices for stuff like that. Other stuff, you can save a tremendous amount. You know, Costco just announced something very, very wild where they're going to have their first standalone gas station, and it's 2 cities over from you in a place called Mission Viejo. They're ripping down a Bed Bath and Beyond, and they're going to have a 40 pump gas station that's going to be for Costco members only. So the common folks won't be able to do it. You'll get to wait in line and say 50 cents a gallon or whatever it is, but that's what Costco has you to look forward to. So isn't that wild? I mean, I thought it was crazy that they were doing this, but just one more thing. The greatest gas station, they're like, we're going to be the greatest gas station in the world. No, the greatest gas station in the world is Buc-ee's. Have you ever been to a Buc-ee's, Buccees? Heaven on earth, guys. Let me know what you think. I really hope you guys are well. I really do. There's a very, very cool announcement coming very soon that will change my business, change a lot of things in the very near future, and I am just thrilled to share it with you. But in the meantime, we have our private channel, I Allegedly Live, and you sign up at iallegedly.tv, and it is super cool. So check it out today, and everything's uncensored over there, and it goes up at the end of the month, so it's very, very cool. Now, Laura from Connecticut always writes me, sends me, Father's Day cards, and is just very, very good at contributing to the channel. And one thing I love is I love stories from a thing called Patch that she does. She sends me local stories that are relatable to the rest of the country, even though she lives in Connecticut. Okay? So there's times that people say, oh, that's a Connecticut problem. It's not a Connecticut problem. They had their local fair, which was called the Strawberry Festival. And we have one here in Garden Grove, California every year, right around Memorial Day. And this was a big deal. Well, Laura was like, I am so thrilled. I look forward to this every year. Going to get the fresh vegetables, going to get the fresh strawberries, going to get strawberry shortcake. And it started to rain a little bit over the weekend, and she got delayed a little bit before she could go out there. And then when she got out there, they had no fresh strawberries for sale. Well, it's a total bummer. I'm like, well, how do you have a strawberry festival and not have strawberries? So, and she complained about the price of the strawberry shortcake at $6 and $10, and she said it tasted like Bisquick. The shortcake tasted like Bisquick and was horrible. So, again, real world problems. But again, I get it. Now, here's something that was sent to me also was, what is the dirtiest fruit or vegetable that you can eat? It used to be strawberries forever, and you have to clean strawberries really well, guys. It's just really, really important. They say one thing to do is put them in a little saltwater bath, and the critters will walk away from it. And that's nuts. But it's no longer strawberries no more. The worst and dirtiest vegetable that we have is spinach. Even when you get those tubs that say pre-washed, ready to eat, you should wash that stuff after reading that. So I'll get that story and share it with you guys. But, so I always appreciate everybody contributing to the story. Look at these guys. They're happy. So don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Send me this stuff. Summer, I love summer because I love summer festivities. And I met a girl that loves baseball. So it's like, oh, I'm going to the game on this day by myself and this day by myself. That's what's very cool, is hearing people that want to go out and do stuff like Laura with the Strawberry Festival. But what a bummer when you go to something like this that you've waited months for and the event is just a letdown. So sorry about that. Okay? Be kind to everybody, guys. Email me hello@iallegedly.com. A lot of cool stuff coming. Okay? I'll see you very soon. Please like, subscribe, and share this video today.